There are days when you wake up tired, days when your body feels heavy, and your mind whispers that one missed workout won't matter. But these are the days that shape you the most. When motivation is low, showing up becomes a victory on its own. It proves that you're driven not by mood, but by commitment. And commitment is what separates the ordinary from the unstoppable. When you show up without motivation, you teach your mind discipline. You build a habit that doesn't rely on excitement. Anyone can train when they feel good, but real strength is built on the days you feel weak and still walk through those gym doors. That moment alone builds character stronger than any set or rep. Your body might resist, your mind might make excuses, but you push anyway. You remind yourself why you started. You remind yourself that quitting leads nowhere, but showing up keeps the progress alive. Even if it's not your best workout, it still keeps you moving forward. On low-energy days, your performance might not match your expectations. But that's not failure, that's part of the journey. Some days you grow in strength, other days you grow in discipline. And discipline is the foundation of every transformation you've ever admired. When you show up without motivation, you silence the voice of doubt. You prove to yourself that feelings don't control your actions. That alone gives you power. It gives you control over your life, your habits, and your future. You become the master of your own progress. Many people wait for motivation. They sit, hoping for that spark to magically appear. But motivation is temporary, unpredictable, and weak. Action is strong, reliable, and consistent. When you act without waiting for motivation, you break the cycle that stops most people from growing. Showing up on difficult days builds momentum. Even a light workout is better than staying home and losing your rhythm. Every rep you do on your tired days becomes a reminder that you are capable of pushing through discomfort, and that momentum keeps your journey alive and strong. Those who show up when they don't feel like it create a different level of discipline. They build a mindset that does not break under pressure. They learn that results come from consistent effort, not occasional bursts of excitement. This is how champions are made, through daily choices that are boring, difficult, and uncomfortable. When you keep showing up, you eventually start seeing progress that others don't. Not because you're better, but because you're more consistent. You refuse to stop. You refuse to wait. You refuse to give up. That consistency builds a body that reflects your dedication. And over time, something amazing happens. The days you didn't want to train become the days you're most proud of. They become proof of your strength, your patience, and your determination. They become the reason you transform, not just physically, but mentally. That is the true essence of living in lion mode. When you walk into the gym with ego, you stop listening to your body and start lifting for the wrong reasons. Ego makes you chase numbers instead of progress, attention instead of improvement. It pushes you to load weight your joints aren't ready for, and forces you into movements you haven't mastered yet. And when the ego takes over, mistakes happen, painful ones. Many beginners rush into heavy lifting because they want fast results or want to look strong in front of others. But real strength comes from controlled, clean movements. Heavy weight with bad form doesn't make you powerful, it makes you injured. A lion doesn't roar for attention, it stays focused, calm, and strategic. That's how you should train. Ego lifting makes you forget that form is everything. When your form breaks, the muscle you're trying to target stops working. Instead of building strength, you strain joints, pull muscles, and slow down progress. A person who lifts less weight with correct technique will always grow faster than someone who lifts too heavy with terrible form. When you let go of ego, you allow yourself to learn. You become patient enough to understand each movement. You feel the muscles working instead of rushing through reps. This builds mind-muscle connection, something every strong athlete masters. Without ego, you train smarter, not just harder. Your body doesn't care how much weight you stack. It only cares how you move the weight. If a lighter load helps you train with perfect control, that's far more valuable than a sloppy, heavy set. Many people add weight too fast, thinking it makes them look strong, but true strength comes from mastering the basics with full control. Lifting with ego also causes comparison. You start looking at the person beside you instead of focusing on your own journey. Everyone has a different pace, different body, different experience. Comparing yourself only distracts you and builds unnecessary pressure. A lion doesn't compare its hunt to another lion, it focuses on its own path. When you drop the ego, you start paying attention to proper warm-ups. You don't skip the small steps because you know they protect your body. You stretch, you activate muscles, you prepare your joints. Ego makes you rush, wisdom makes you prepare, and preparation builds longevity in your training. Without ego, you become more consistent because you're not chasing extremes. You don't burn yourself out by lifting too heavy too often. You follow a steady plan, increase weight gradually, and allow your body to adapt. That's how you make sustainable progress without unnecessary risks. Letting go of ego also helps you accept your weaknesses. Instead of hiding them, you work on them. Weak points are opportunities, not embarrassments. When you train with humility, your improvements become faster because you fix what needs fixing instead of pretending everything is perfect. Over time, lifting without ego transforms your mindset. You train with purpose instead of pride. You focus on growth instead of attention. You become the kind of lifter who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone except to yourself, and that's when you truly step into lion mode, calm, disciplined, focused, and powerful. Consistency is the quiet force that transforms your life, even when you don't realize it's happening. It's not always exciting, it's not always dramatic, but it is powerful. Every day you show up, even for an average workout, you are building a foundation that becomes unbreakable over time. Many people think they need perfect workouts, but what they really need is consistency. Small steps, repeated over and over, create massive change. When you stay consistent, your body learns your routine. Your muscles adapt, your joints strengthen, and your form improves naturally. You might not see results instantly, but your body is working behind the scenes. Think of a seed planted underground. You can't see the growth at first, but something powerful is taking place. That's how consistency works. It builds progress quietly until one day, the results become impossible to ignore. Most people quit too early. They train for a week, expect big change, and when they don't see it, they lose hope. But transformation doesn't happen in a week. It happens over months of steady effort. Consistency protects you from the emotional highs and lows. On good days, it pushes you further, and on bad days, it keeps you moving just enough to stay on track. That steady rhythm is what turns goals into reality. Consistency also sharpens your discipline. You start to understand that success isn't about motivation, it's about commitment. There will be days you feel tired, days you feel stressed, days you feel lazy. But when you show up anyway, you train your mind to be stronger than your mood. That mental strength spreads into other parts of your life too. It makes you more focused, more organized, and more dependable. Your body loves routines. When you train regularly, your sleep improves, your energy rises, and your metabolism becomes more efficient. Suddenly, workouts feel less like a chore and more like a natural part of your lifestyle. You become someone who doesn't try to go to the gym. You become someone who trains because it's who you are. That identity shift only comes from regular repetition. Consistency removes the fear of starting over. Many people stop for days or weeks, then return feeling weak and disappointed. But when you keep showing up, even with lighter workouts, you never lose your progress completely. You maintain your strength, your endurance, and your mindset. You don't fall behind, you keep climbing slowly but surely. Every consistent session adds to your momentum. Even a quick 20-minute workout is better than skipping entirely. It keeps your habit alive, it keeps your body active. It keeps your mind focused. Momentum is like a snowball. Once it starts rolling, it becomes unstoppable. But missing too many sessions makes the snowball melt. That's why consistency matters more than intensity. It also keeps you honest with yourself. You don't rely on excuses because you know the importance of showing up daily. You track your progress, see your small improvements, and use them as fuel. This creates a powerful feedback loop. You show up, you see progress, you get motivated, you show up again. That cycle becomes your strength. When you stay consistent long enough, the gym stops being something you have to do and becomes something you want to do. You begin to enjoy the grind, enjoy the discipline, and enjoy the growth. You start to feel proud of the person you're becoming. And that pride motivates you even more, turning consistency into a lifestyle. In the end, consistency is what shapes your future. It slowly builds a version of you that is stronger, sharper, and more confident. You don't just build a better body, you build a stronger spirit. You learn that real growth doesn't require perfection, just persistence. And once you understand that, nothing can stop you from becoming unstoppable. Staying patient in the gym is one of the hardest skills to develop, but it's also one of the most important. Progress doesn't always show up quickly, and that can be frustrating. You look in the mirror and expect big changes within weeks, but your body works on its own schedule. Patience teaches you to trust the process, even when results are slow. It reminds you that real transformation comes with time, not speed. When you're patient, you stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone has a different starting point, different genetics, and different challenges. Some people gain muscle fast, others take longer. Some people lose fat easily, others struggle. But patience helps you focus on your own journey. It keeps you grounded and prevents jealousy or discouragement from taking control. It allows you to celebrate your own small improvements instead of chasing someone else's timeline. Patience also helps you avoid injuries. Many people rush the process, they lift too heavy too soon, copy advanced workouts, or push their bodies beyond their limits. This leads to pain, setbacks, and sometimes months away from the gym. But when you're patient, you learn proper form, build strength gradually, and allow your body to adapt. This safe, steady growth creates long, lasting progress without harming your health. Being patient strengthens your mental resilience. It teaches you to handle slow progress without giving up. It teaches you to keep going even when you feel stuck. This mindset is powerful outside the gym too, in studies, in work, in personal goals. When you master patience, you master the art of staying steady under pressure. You become someone who doesn't break easily. A patient mindset helps you appreciate the journey instead of rushing to the finish line. You begin to notice the small wins, lifting a bit heavier, running a little longer, breathing a little easier. These improvements might seem tiny, but they add up. They remind you that you're moving forward, even if it's slow. You learn to enjoy the process because you know every day counts. Patience also improves your relationship with food and recovery. Many people try crash diets or extreme routines because they want fast results, but those methods cause burnout. When you're patient, you choose balanced meals, proper rest, and sustainable habits. You understand that slow, consistent progress is healthier and more effective than sudden changes that don't last. It helps you stay emotionally stable. Without patience, every small setback feels like failure. You miss a workout and suddenly you feel hopeless. You gain a little weight and you panic, but with patience you understand these things are normal. You learn that progress isn't a straight line. Some days you move forward, some days you stay the same, and some days you fall a little behind, and all of that is part of the journey. Patience also builds self-control. You learn to say no to shortcuts, no to bad habits, no to quitting. You learn to trust the slow improvements instead of chasing temporary solutions. That discipline becomes one of your greatest strengths. It helps you avoid mistakes that come from impatience, like switching routines too often or giving up too quickly. Over time, patience gives you confidence. You start believing in yourself because you've seen what consistency and calm determination can do. You stop doubting your progress. You stop rushing the journey. You begin to trust that if you keep showing up, your goals will come to you naturally. That confidence stays with you and fuels your training every day. In the end, patience shapes your character. It turns your fitness journey into something deeper than just lifting weights or losing fat. It teaches you endurance, discipline, and humility. It reminds you that real change takes time and effort, and once you accept that, you discover a powerful truth. Slow progress is still progress, and it's the kind that lasts the longest. Being consistent in the gym is what separates short-term effort from long-term transformation. Many people start strong for a week or two, then their energy fades. But real change happens when you show up, even on the days when you're tired, busy, or unmotivated. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. When you commit to showing up regularly, your body begins to adapt, your strength increases, and your discipline grows. Every time you step into the gym, even for a light workout, you remind yourself of your purpose. You tell your mind that your goals matter more than excuses. The small efforts that don't feel important often become the ones that build your foundation. Consistency turns your training into a habit, something natural instead of forced. And when something becomes a habit, it stays with you for life. People often wait for motivation, but motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel fired up, other days you feel empty. That's normal, but consistency teaches you to keep moving even without motivation. It teaches you to depend on discipline instead of emotion. When you train consistently, your body begins to reward you, your energy improves, your confidence grows, and your performance slowly rises. Consistency also helps you track real improvement. When you show up regularly, you notice small but meaningful changes, lifting a little heavier, doing more reps, or not getting tired as fast. These small victories add up over time. They remind you that progress doesn't require dramatic jumps. It requires steady steps. And steady steps only happen when you keep returning to the grind. Many people make the mistake of comparing their progress to others. But consistency frees you from that trap. You begin to realize that your journey is unique, and the only person you need to compete with is your past self. When you stay consistent, you stop worrying about being the strongest or the fastest. You focus on being better than you were yesterday. Building consistency also means accepting setbacks without quitting. You will have days when your workout feels weak or your performance drops. You might miss a session or two due to life responsibilities. But consistency isn't destroyed by a missed day, it's destroyed by giving up. When you keep returning after setbacks, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than your struggles. Consistency shapes your mindset. It teaches you responsibility. It teaches you that greatness isn't built through rare moments of intensity, but through daily commitment. This mindset carries over into other parts of your life as well. Your work, your studies, your relationships. When you learn to stay consistent in the gym, you learn to stay consistent in your entire life. Regular training also helps your body stay in rhythm. Your muscles recover better, your strength builds faster, and your endurance increases naturally. Skipping too many days breaks that rhythm, but showing up keeps your body in a steady cycle of growth. Over time, you begin to feel more connected to your routine, and that connection becomes one of your biggest motivators. Consistency helps you build trust in yourself. When you say you'll train, and then you actually do it, you prove to your mind that you can rely on your own promises. That self-trust builds confidence. It makes you believe in your ability to reach your goals no matter how far away they seem. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build through consistent action. In the end, consistency becomes your silent superpower. It doesn't shout, it doesn't show off, but it transforms you deeply. It turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. It makes your journey stable and unstoppable. And when you look back months later, you realize one simple truth: you didn't reach your goal because of one big moment. You reached it because you showed up again and again until victory had no choice but to come to you. Focusing on proper form is one of the most important parts of training, yet it is one of the most overlooked. Many people rush into lifting heavier weights because they want faster results, but this often leads to injuries, wasted effort, and slow progress. When you focus on form, you teach your body the correct movement patterns that protect your joints and help your muscles work the way they're supposed to. Good form is not about looking perfect. It's about training smart. When someone uses poor form, their muscles don't engage properly. You might see someone swinging weights, bending their back too much, or using momentum instead of strength. These mistakes may help lift more weight, but they don't help build real strength. Proper form ensures that every rep counts. It makes your training more efficient and helps you get stronger in a safer way. It isn't about lifting the heaviest weight, it's about lifting the right way. Focusing on form also makes you more aware of your body. You begin noticing how your shoulders move, how your spine aligns, how your knees bend, and how your muscles activate. This awareness becomes a lifelong skill. It helps you train better, move better, and even prevent injuries outside the gym. Proper form teaches you to listen to your body instead of forcing it, and that awareness is a powerful part of personal growth. A common mistake people make is copying others in the gym without understanding the technique behind the movement. Everyone's body is different. Height, limb length, mobility, and experience all play a role. What works for someone else may not work for you. When you focus on your own form instead of trying to match someone else, you build a training style that is suited to your body. This not only improves performance, but also builds confidence in your own progress. Proper form also helps you progress steadily. When your technique is correct, you can safely increase weight, reps, or intensity over time. Without proper form, progress becomes unstable and unsafe. Many beginners wonder why they aren't getting stronger, but the truth is often simple. They're training the wrong muscles or using bad posture. Fixing form can unlock strength you never realized you had. Taking time to learn technique does not slow you down, it speeds you up in the long run. When you train with good form, you avoid setbacks caused by injuries and overtraining. Even a small injury can interrupt your training for weeks or months. But when you move correctly, you protect your body and keep your journey consistent. Consistency is the key to transformation, and form is the foundation of consistency. Focusing on form also helps you maintain long-term health. Strength training is not just about looks, it's about building a strong back, stable joints, and a body that can support you for years. Poor form might help you lift heavier for a moment, but it can damage your spine, knees, or shoulders over time. Good form keeps you healthy and strong not just for a workout, but for your entire life. Form also helps you stay humble and patient. It teaches you that strength is built step by step, not rushed. It teaches you to start with lighter weights and grow gradually. This humility helps you avoid ego lifting, the habit of lifting too heavy just to impress others. Ego lifting is one of the biggest causes of injury. But when you focus on form, you train with discipline instead of pride. Proper form gives you a sense of control. When you perform a movement perfectly, even with a lighter weight, you feel the difference. Your muscles engage correctly, your body moves smoothly, and your mind stays focused. This control builds mental strength. You begin to understand that mastery is not about size or intensity. It's about precision and effort. That mindset helps you succeed in the gym and beyond. In the end, proper form becomes one of your strongest allies. It protects you, guides your progress, and helps you build a body that is powerful and balanced. You don't need to lift the heaviest weights to become strong. You just need to train with intention, awareness, and patience. When you focus on form, you're not just exercising, you're mastering your craft and shaping your future with every controlled repetition. A strong mindset is what separates those who wish for progress from those who work for it. In the gym, your body follows the command of your mind. If your thoughts are weak, your effort becomes weak. But when your mind is focused, firm, and disciplined, your body responds with strength. Everything begins with the decision you make in your head, the decision to push, endure, and rise above every challenge. Many people fail not because their muscles are weak, but because their thoughts break too easily. The moment the workout gets tough, they convince themselves to stop. The moment life gets stressful, they skip the gym. A strong mindset teaches you to stay firm even when things get uncomfortable. It teaches you that discomfort is not a reason to quit, it's a signal that you're growing. A powerful mindset also helps you stay patient. Fitness results take time, and without patience, people lose motivation fast. They expect instant changes, and when they don't see them, they give up. But someone with a strong mindset understands that success comes slowly. They trust the process even when the results are not visible yet. They know that great things grow silently before they show up. Your mindset also determines how you handle mistakes. Many people feel discouraged when they miss a workout or eat something off their plan. They think one mistake ruins everything. But a strong mindset allows you to bounce back. It reminds you that one bad day doesn't cancel weeks of effort. It teaches you to reset, refocus, and come back stronger rather than falling apart. A strong mindset helps you stay disciplined. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. You don't rely on mood or motivation, you rely on commitment. Discipline turns ordinary people into champions. It transforms your routine into a lifestyle. With discipline, every day becomes a step toward your goals, even the days when energy is low. When your mindset is strong, you stop comparing yourself to others. Instead of feeling discouraged by someone else's progress, you feel inspired. You understand that everyone has a different starting point and a different journey. You learn to appreciate your own pace. This keeps your focus clean and protects your motivation from crashing. A powerful mindset teaches you to turn challenges into fuel. When the workout gets tough, you don't back down, you push harder. When life gets stressful, you don't stop, you adjust and continue. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to prove your strength. This mindset doesn't just help you in the gym, it helps you in every part of your life. Another important part of a strong mindset is self-belief. If you don't believe you can change, you won't take the actions needed to change. Many people underestimate themselves. They think they are too weak, too slow, too tired, or too late to improve. But a strong mindset says, I can and I will. This belief gives you the courage to attempt what once felt impossible. A strong mindset helps you stay focused on your purpose. When you remember why you started, whether it's to become healthier, stronger, more confident, or more disciplined, you stay on track even when distractions come. Your purpose becomes your anchor. It keeps you steady when life tries to pull you away from your goals. In the end, a strong mindset is what transforms a person from average to powerful. Muscles can be built through training, but mental strength is built through challenges. Every tough moment is shaping you. Every difficult rep is sharpening you. When your mindset becomes unbreakable, your potential becomes unlimited. And that is what turns a lifter into a warrior, someone who doesn't just train the body, but builds the mind behind the body. Recovery is one of the most overlooked parts of fitness, yet it is one of the most powerful. Many people think growth only happens while lifting, but the truth is your body grows when you rest. Muscles repair during sleep, during rest days, and during moments of calm. Without recovery, even the hardest training cannot bring results. Understanding this is the difference between training smart and training blindly. When you push your body every day without rest, you create stress instead of progress. Your muscles remain tired, your joints stay sore, and your energy drops. This often leads to frustration because you feel like you're working hard but not improving. Recovery allows the body to rebuild stronger than before. It is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strategy. Many people mistake rest for laziness. They think taking a break will slow them down, so they keep training non-stop. But this habit actually slows progress. Overworking leads to burnout, injuries, and decreased performance. A balanced approach, where effort and recovery work together, keeps your body healthy and your progress steady. Rest is part of the grind, not an escape from it. Proper recovery also includes sleep, and sleep is the foundation of strength. When you sleep well, your hormones balance, your muscles repair, and your mind resets. Without enough sleep, your workouts become harder, your focus drops, and your motivation fades. Good sleep is like recharging your internal battery. Without it, you can't operate at your full potential. Nutrition is also a major part of recovery. Your body needs fuel to repair itself, and that fuel comes from smart eating choices. When you skip meals or eat without balance, your body struggles to recover. But when you give yourself the right nutrition, enough protein, water, and nutrients, your muscles heal faster, and your strength increases. Recovery starts from the inside. Mobility and stretching play a big role too. Many people ignore flexibility, thinking it's not important. But tight muscles affect your form, your speed, and even your strength. Spending a few minutes stretching after workouts keeps your body moving smoothly and helps prevent injuries. This small habit creates long-term benefits that beginners often don't realize until it's too late. Active recovery is another powerful tool. Light activities like walking, cycling, or simple mobility drills help your body recover without putting stress on your muscles. These low-intensity movements increase blood flow, reduce stiffness, and help you feel fresh for your next intense session. It's a smart way to stay active while still allowing your body to heal. Recovery also affects your mindset. When your body rests, your mind resets too. You return to the gym with more focus, more energy, and more passion. Without proper recovery, even your motivation gets tired. Taking time to rest protects your mental strength, so you can train with full commitment when it's time to push hard again. Another mistake people make is ignoring signs of fatigue. Your body sends signals: soreness that lasts too long, low energy, lack of strength, or poor performance. A strong lifter doesn't ignore these signs. They adjust their routine, take a break when needed, and listen to their body wisely. This awareness keeps them progressing safely instead of hitting a wall. In the end, recovery is not about slowing down your progress. It's about protecting it. It ensures your body is ready for the next challenge, the next lift, the next transformation. Those who understand recovery don't train less. They train smarter. They know that true strength comes from the balance between pushing hard and recovering with purpose. This balance is what builds a body that lasts, grows, and performs at its highest potential. Consistency in effort is what separates temporary motivation from lifelong progress. Many people start strong for a few days, but only a few remain committed when the excitement fades. True consistency means showing up again and again, even on days when you feel tired, stressed, or unmotivated. Every time you choose to stay consistent, you strengthen not only your body but the determination inside you. Consistency also builds habits that become part of your identity. At first, going to the gym feels like a task, something you force yourself to do. But as you repeat it day after day, it becomes natural. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop making excuses. The gym becomes a normal part of your routine, just like eating or sleeping. This transformation happens only when you stay consistent long enough. Most people expect massive results immediately, and when they don't see them, they quit. But consistency teaches you that real progress takes time. Small improvements add up. One more rep, one more kilogram lifted, one more controlled set. These seem small, but they accumulate into big changes. The ones who stay consistent eventually enjoy results that the impatient never experience. Consistency also keeps your momentum alive. When you show up regularly, your mind and body stay engaged. You feel improvements steadily, and this increases your confidence. The more consistent you become, the easier it is to continue. Momentum becomes your silent strength, pushing you forward even when you're not thinking about it. One of the biggest challenges is dealing with distractions. Life will always give you reasons to skip: busy schedules, stress, weather, or tiredness. But those who stay consistent don't wait for the perfect conditions. They work with what they have. They train when it's hard, and that consistency builds a mindset strong enough to handle real life pressures. This discipline becomes a major part of who they are. Consistency also protects you from setbacks. If you train once a week and miss that one day, you lose everything. But if you train regularly and miss a single session, it barely affects your progress. When you build a strong routine, one break doesn't destroy your journey. Consistency creates stability, allowing you to bounce back quickly from any slip. Another important part of consistency is accountability. When you show up daily, you build trust with yourself. You keep your own promises. This self-trust becomes powerful because it makes you believe in your ability to finish what you start. Every day you stay committed, you prove to yourself that you can rely on your own discipline. That belief spreads into every part of your life. Consistency also teaches you self-control. When you commit to a routine, you learn to manage your time, energy, and choices. You become more organized. You learn to balance training with the rest of your responsibilities. This self-control strengthens your character and helps you grow not just physically, but as a person. Even on days when you feel like your workout wasn't perfect, your consistency still counts. Showing up with half energy is still better than not showing up at all. These imperfect days build resilience. They remind you that your journey doesn't depend on perfection. It depends on staying in motion, no matter how slow. Consistency rewards effort, not perfection. In the end, consistency becomes your greatest tool. It transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. It turns dreams into reality. Those who stay consistent become the ones who inspire others because they didn't rely on luck. They relied on steady, repeated action. When you commit to consistency, you commit to becoming unstoppable, driven, and unshakable in your pursuit of strength. At the end of the day, the weights don't define you, your choices do. Every rep you push, every setback you rise from, and every challenge you face with strength shapes the lion within you. Keep grinding with purpose, stay disciplined, and never lose your roar. If this message lit a spark inside you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs strength today, and subscribe for more powerful motivation. Your journey is just beginning, and the world is about to hear you roar.